Okay, thanks for joining us once again. Pretty relieved at the moment and happy to say that we've got our Curry axles in that we've been waiting for quite some time for. No fault of anybody's. Basically it's just due to the current climate that we're in with the COVID and everything like that. Staff issues and things like that from our suppliers and that sort of thing. But yeah, once again, very happy to say that we've got our axles in stock. So we've got, naturally we've got Currys here, 31 spline axles. They're for the diff down here with the True Trac. Standard length, set of standard length 28 spline to suit a Valiant as well, or Charger Valiant, going to New Zealand with a 4-pin LSD, and we've got a set here for a VL Commodore that we've done and made it to a 28 spline with an LSD. So I reckon what I'll do is get the diffs one by one on the bench, because I've got them down here. I mean, that's the one with the True Trac, the one to go to New Zealand, and the VL one over here. And then what I'll do is I'll do a bit of a time lapse. What I'll do is I'll go through and show you what we've done to the diff, what we've installed into it, and then I'll just do one time lapse on one of them with the install, putting the studs back in and the install of the axles and so forth. I'll do that one on the VL because I've got some backing plates for that one. So yeah, so stay with us and we'll go through what we've got and go from there. Alrighty, so like I was saying, first cab off the ranks here, we got, we'll do the VL diff. We'll go through this one quickly. Customer, it came standard with 345s and they were in good condition, so we went with them, which is what the customer sort of wanted anyway, with some 345s. So I've done 345 LSD, all new bearings, solid pinion spacer naturally, and all new bearings all throughout. We've got some 28 splines, so this was a 25 spline axled VL, just a stocky, and I believe he's got a RB in there, and I believe it's also getting a turbo. So yeah, pretty cool. So he wanted something strong, so yeah, we've gone like a VL turbo sort of style build for this one. So yeah, we've got our 28 spline Curry axles, new bearings and seals on there. We've got some friction modifier naturally for this one as well, and some 85 140, which we use in all our diffs. Painted and cleaned up all his backing plate. Had his handbrake or backing plates and handbrake shoes done for him as well. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll set up the time lapse with this one and knock it off and show you just how we put the axles in and so forth, and yeah, we'll get back once we're finished with that one. Alrighty, so that's our axles and back plate and handbrake mechanism or handbrake shoe fitted, all ready for pickup. What I do is I wait until the customer has a look internally and, you know, see what we've done before I glue the backing plate on for them. So yeah, so we've got some oil and friction modifier there to go with it again as well. But yeah, really happy with how this one's come up. I'm hoping the customer will be too. I'm sure he will be. Yeah, so that's that one. And what we'll do is we'll probably get onto the charger diff next. That's got the True Trac in it, 31 spliner. But what I'll do is I'll just get that out on the bench, go through with you what we've done, and I'll assemble it, and then I'll go through it after as well, as we've got a TA backing plate. TA backing plate to go onto that one. So yeah, I'll go through that when we get to it. So yeah, all right, that's that for this one, and let's get started on the next one. All right, so we've got the VL Diff off the bench, sitting there ready for the customer to come and pick it up. Like I said, I'll wait until the customer gets here, and I'll glue the backing plate on in front of him so that he can get a bit of a look-see as to what we've done inside there. So yeah, next one we've got here is 31 spline. 31 spline curry axles naturally. We've put a Eaton Harrop True Trac in this one. Only genuine stuff we use naturally, once again. So yeah, so we've also put in on this one, because he's going to be running some nitrous in this as well. So we're also putting a TA backing plate on it too. Once again, very nice piece of kit, really like these things. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll get stuck into getting this one assembled. I don't think there's anything else more that we've really done to it. Yeah, Eaton Harrop True Trac, gears set of the customer's choice, naturally machined the caps for the buttons that are on the inside of the backing plate there, which is part of the support girdle. New bearings all throughout, as you can see, and naturally we've got our Mid-Coast Diff Shop solid pinion support in there as well. So yeah, okay, so what I'll do is I'll get this one together, and then we'll come back to it then. Together. I've got a 31 spline curries in there, of course, as we've seen before. As you've probably seen in the time lapse, these are actually quite a bit of a pain to put in, because there's really no zero tolerance, because this is, you know, got to be nice and tight on the back here. So, and sometimes these threads through the actual ball warner case itself aren't threaded all the way through, because they only have a short bolt standard. So, and these, as you can imagine, are nice and long to suit these cases, and also to give it some stability and stop it from moving around naturally. And like I said, there's not much tolerance there, because you don't want this all moving around and that sort of thing. Not that it probably would once it's all secured down as it is. So yeah, very happy with all that once again. We'll just pan around it. Yep, like I said, really happy with how it's all come up. So I'll get this one all wrapped up. I've got to plasti wrap it. Well, basically what I do is I glad wrap it, then I plasti wrap it in shrink wrap, and then put bubble wrap over the areas that may get damaged, of course, and then send it. This one's going to Melbourne once again, and then the next one we're doing is going to New Zealand. So all right, so I'll get this one all wrapped up and get it ready to send. Alrighty, so here's the last one that we've got to do out of this batch of 3 that I've been waiting on axles for. This one here is to go to New Zealand. These two, the last one I just did, and this one are VH to VK housings for those guys for those of you who are wondering. So yeah, we'll just go through what we've done with this one. We've got an LSD in there, naturally all rebuilt, reshimmed, and nice and tight. We had to use an adjustable shim on this one so that we could get our desired backlash and also the desired preload on the bearings. A nice set of good second-hand gears there. The patterns come up nice. Good mating surface all the way around. So yeah, very happy with that. Once again, we've got our 2 new carrier bearings, pinion bearings, solid preload spacer, new bearings on the axles. Naturally, these ones are 28 spline and a 28 spline LSD. That's the 4-pin LSDs, like out of your late model Falcon or Commodore. Naturally, once again rebuilt, backing plate all painted, new gasket, and some oil there for it as well. So I'll go ahead and get this one. Like I said, this one's going to New Zealand. Last one I just finished is the one that's going over to Melbourne. So I believe it's Melbourne, yes, I think it is. So that's it there, all packed on its pallet, all plasti wrapped, bubble wrapped, shrink wrapped, you name it, all nice and protected. Once again, I put the axles, as you guys probably seen, and then there's the oil in there as well. So yeah, once again, that's all packed and all ready to go, waiting for the transport company to come and pick that one up. And then yeah, like I was saying, about to say, excuse me please, I'm been putting the axles into the housings of late. A, primarily just to make sure that they all fit, for one, and B, just to help to protect everything, so the splines and bearings, this, that and the other, aren't getting knocked around in transport, especially this stuff that's going interstate. So yeah, so we're installing the axles for now, and then when the customer gets these diffs, then they can take the axles out then and fit them, and then also they know which side's what too. And if people are wondering what side is what, it's always right long, left short, or they'd be a even length, unless it's something unusual like a 4-wheel drive where they've got different offsets and that sort of stuff. But generally speaking, with this sort of stuff, it's right long, left short, and you should stay out of trouble with that. And if they are equal length axles, then make sure that you stamp them or mark them so that they go back in on the right side, especially if you haven't changed the bearings. But generally speaking, always put your axles back in the side that they come from. All right, enough waffling on. I'll get this one all polished off, and then, like I said, I'll get it all ready to start packing. Alrighty, so we've got our third and final diff out of the batch of 3 that I've been waiting on axles for quite some time. You know, once again, no fault of anybody's. It's just the current climate that we're in with the COVID and everything. Yeah, once again, we've got a 28 spline Curry axles in there, oil and friction modifier to go with it naturally. I don't put any additives or any oil in these diffs if they've got to go into transit. As a matter of fact, even if a local person picks it up, you know, just so that we don't have any oil spills or anything like that when it's in transport and that sort of stuff. So not that it would when it's all sealed up like this, but you just never know, and it's just safer to do it that way, and that's the way I've been doing it for quite some time, so that's how I'll continue to do it. So yeah, so very happy with how that one's come up. Once again, this one here is going to New Zealand. So what I'll do is I will pack it the same as I've packed this one here. Made a bit of mistake with this one in the description. This one's actually going to New South Wales, not to Melbourne. I've only just received the con note and everything like that. So yeah, I made a mistake there. It's actually going to New South Wales, not to Melbourne. So yeah, Justin, don't panic. It's going to you. We've got the con note and everything like that. So yeah, all good. So yeah, once again, that one's going New South Wales. This one here, like I was saying, is going over to New Zealand. So yeah, I'll get that packed now, like I've done over there. So yeah, all good. So I reckon I'll end the video there. To all of you who have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You guys who are watching this who haven't subscribed, you know, if you could hit the subscribe button, be most appreciated. That'd be fantastic. Going to try and make these videos a little bit more interesting for you guys in the future. Just going to try and bring some variety up with hopefully with some car shows when we get some happening again. Some car events maybe, and well, yeah, definitely if I get out to some car events, hopefully some roll racing coming up in the not too distant future up at the Bend, and so forth. And yeah, maybe, you know, going for a couple of cruises in my cars and that sort of stuff. So yeah, once again, I'll try and make the content a bit more interesting. And if you could please, yeah, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button for us, that'd be fantastic. Alrighty, so until next time, guys, until I'm looking at you all next time, we'll see you, and stay safe. Mid Coast Diff Shop.